What if wealth had nothing to do with luck, talent, or hard work? What if money was never about how much you do, but about how you vibrate? Napoleon Hill understood this almost a century ago. He said, "Money is a servant to the mind that knows its worth." But today, most people still chase it like slaves to a frequency they don't even know they're broadcasting. Everything in the universe vibrates: light, sound, emotion, even thought. And money? It's just energy responding to energy. If your inner world vibrates scarcity, your outer world must reflect it. If you radiate abundance, gratitude, faith, confidence, the flow finds you effortlessly. That's not magic, that's alignment. In this video, we'll uncover the frequency of wealth, the hidden principle Napoleon Hill called the vibration of faith. You'll learn how emotion, belief, and purpose shape your financial reality, and why the richest people in history were never just lucky, they were tuned. Because money doesn't chase people, it follows energy. Napoleon Hill hinted at a truth that modern physics now confirms: everything in the universe vibrates, including money. It's not just paper or numbers on a screen, it's a frequency. Every thought, emotion, and belief you carry sends out a vibration that either attracts wealth or pushes it away. Most people never realize they're broadcasting scarcity while begging for abundance. When Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve," he was describing a vibrational law. Your beliefs set the tone, and the world simply matches it. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. The energy of your emotions, not your effort, determines what flows toward you. Think of your mind as a radio transmitter. When you tune it to fear, you pick up more reasons to worry. When you tune it to gratitude, you receive opportunities disguised as coincidences. Money doesn't respond to need, it responds to alignment. And the first step to changing your financial life isn't working harder, it's changing the frequency you're sending out. Napoleon Hill taught that emotion is what gives power to thought. The subconscious mind doesn't respond to logic, it responds to feeling. Every time you worry about money, you're not just thinking lack, you're broadcasting it. Emotion is the current that fuels creation. If thought is the blueprint, emotion is the electricity that makes it real. That's why gratitude is magnetic, and fear is repellent. People think wealth is built by strategy, but it's built by state. When your emotional energy vibrates with confidence, gratitude, and expectation, life mirrors that frequency. Hill called it faith mixed with emotion. Faith without feeling is empty, emotion without direction is chaos. The real magic happens when both align. Every successful person has learned this: emotion creates momentum. That's why those who feel abundant before they have it tend to receive it faster. The energy of joy and certainty opens doors logic can't even see. So instead of asking, "How do I make more money?" start asking, "How can I feel more abundant today?" Because emotion is the magnet, money is just the metal. Napoleon Hill called faith the master key to riches. But faith isn't blind hope, it's vibrational certainty. It's the mental frequency that says, "It's already mine," even when the world says otherwise. Your subconscious doesn't understand time, it only understands belief. When you believe something fully, your energy rearranges your world to prove you right. Belief is a tuning fork. Whatever note you strike, the universe echoes back. Doubt vibrates low and heavy, it attracts obstacles, delays, confusion. Faith vibrates high, it attracts clarity, timing, and synchronicity. Hill understood that faith isn't something you wait for, it's something you practice. You don't believe because you see because you believe. When your faith becomes stronger than your fear, money starts moving toward you. It's not superstition, it's resonance. The mind is an energetic field, and wealth is drawn to coherence. That's why Hill wrote, "Faith is the only known antidote to failure." Because when your inner signal is clear, the universe can finally deliver the frequency you've been broadcasting all along. Napoleon Hill warned that fear of poverty is one of the most destructive forces in the human mind. Scarcity isn't just a mindset, it's a frequency that blocks flow. When you worry about what's missing, your subconscious receives the message, "I don't have enough." And since it's obedient by nature, it creates more of that reality. Scarcity isn't financial, it's vibrational. Every time you say, "I can't afford this," you're broadcasting lack. Every time you delay your dreams because of fear, you're telling your subconscious to shrink instead of expand. Hill observed that the poor in spirit stay poor in reality, not because of circumstance, but because their thoughts never left the vibration of survival. Energy can't serve two masters, it either expands or contracts. To rise out of scarcity, you must stop feeding it with emotion. Start acting from abundance before it arrives. Invest in growth, learn new skills, help others, even when it feels uncomfortable. That signal of confidence flips your frequency. Hill called it the law of compensation. You receive in proportion to the value you believe you already have. Scarcity says, "Someday." Napoleon Hill hinted at a truth so powerful that most people still resist it today. You never attract what you want, you attract what you vibrate. Wanting something is a statement of lack, being it is a declaration of power. Every thought, emotion, and belief emits a frequency, and the universe simply mirrors it back. It's not personal, it's physics. You can't fake vibration. You can speak affirmations all day, but if deep down you feel unworthy, your energy reveals the truth. Hill wrote, "The subconscious mind takes any order given to it and acts upon it." The problem is, most people keep ordering the same old reality through the energy of doubt. Your outer life is just your inner frequency made visible. To shift resonance, you must become the person who already has what you seek. Feel abundant before the money arrives. Feel peace before the success appears. That alignment changes everything. Hill called it assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Once your vibration matches your vision, attraction becomes effortless, not because you're chasing wealth, but because you've finally become its equal. Napoleon Hill wrote, "When you are grateful for what you have, you are already rich." Gratitude is the emotional shortcut to abundance, the quickest way to shift your vibration. You can't feel lack and gratitude at the same time, they're opposite frequencies. Gratitude tells your subconscious, "I already have enough," and the universe responds, "Then here's more." When you express gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the same chemicals of joy and fulfillment that signal abundance to the nervous system. Hill didn't have the language of neuroscience, but he understood the law: energy expands through appreciation. Every thank you is a frequency upgrade. Every act of recognition opens the door for more to recognize. Start small, be grateful for the bill you can pay, the lesson in a setback, the air you breathe. Gratitude isn't a reaction to wealth, it's the cause of it. Hill said, "Whatever you think about, and thank about, you bring about." The moment gratitude becomes your baseline, your vibration rises, and everything in your life begins to match that new level of wealth consciousness. Napoleon Hill taught that wealth is never just material, it's spiritual first, mental second, and physical last. The wealth frequency isn't about chasing money, it's about tuning your thoughts, emotions, and actions to the same vibration of purpose. When those three align, abundance stops being a pursuit and becomes a side effect. Purpose gives direction, emotion gives momentum, and action gives form. Most people only have one or two of these in sync. They work hard without passion, or they dream big without discipline. Hill said, "Thought, backed by purpose and persistence, becomes a force." It's not the size of your dream that matters, it's the energetic coherence behind it. To live on the wealth frequency, act like wealth itself, expansive, generous, calm. Give value before you expect it back. Speak with intention, move with faith, decide with clarity. Every act is a broadcast, every choice a vibration. The more consistent your signal, the faster reality responds. Because wealth isn't something you get, it's something you remember you already are. Napoleon Hill often said, "Success comes to those who become success conscious." The final step is embodiment, not thinking rich, not feeling rich, but being rich in frequency, regardless of circumstance. When abundance becomes your identity, life adjusts to fit the image you hold of yourself. The external always bows to the internal. You can't pretend to be abundant, you must embody it. That means speaking with confidence, walking with peace, making decisions from expansion instead of fear. Hill called this a state of mind which must become a habit. When you hold the vibration of prosperity consistently, your subconscious begins to manifest it automatically. When you hold the vibration of prosperity consistently, your subconscious begins to manifest it automatically, not as an effort, but as a rhythm. You stop forcing results and start flowing with them. Money, opportunities, and connections begin to orbit you naturally, drawn to the field of certainty you've built within. Hill said, "You do not get rich by wishing, you get rich by understanding the laws of your mind." To embody abundance is to live as if you are already there, not someday, not after success, but now. This present moment awareness is the highest frequency you can emit. It erases resistance and aligns every cell in your body with expansion. You become the cause instead of the effect. That's when the game changes forever. Because wealth stops being a pursuit and becomes your natural state. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer doubt, you command. And as Hill knew well, once the mind is tuned to the vibration of abundance, it never returns to the frequency of lack. Now you understand what Napoleon Hill meant when he said, "Your only limitation is the vibration of your belief." You don't need more time, more effort, or more luck, you need a higher frequency. The world isn't responding to your wishes, it's responding to your energy. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting right now? Are you sending signals of fear, frustration, and doubt? Or are you vibrating gratitude, confidence, and purpose? Every emotion you hold is a message to the universe, and every thought you repeat is a command. The frequency you live on today will decide the wealth you experience tomorrow. If this message resonated with you, don't just nod and move on. Act. Reprogram your energy. Practice gratitude. Choose faith over fear. And remember, the most powerful investment you can ever make is in your vibration. Speech balloon, tell me in the comments, what frequency are you ready to tune into? Bell, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. Because once you raise your vibration, the world starts rising with you.